Hey there everybody, it's Friday night. Almost a Saturday morning for me here, but yes, it's Friday night. Hello and welcome to Friday Night Live here with Robin. And I'm hopeful that we are live and talking to you all. Let me just quickly do a visual and sound check on the old YouTube. Yep, it looks like we are live. I'm definitely seeing my desktop. I'm definitely seeing me. So we are well and truly live and talk. There we go. Yeah, definitely. So hello and welcome to you all. And I hope I find you well here on this Friday, the 13th of August in 2021. So what have I been up to today? Well, pretty much winding down from my work now. And I managed to get a lot of admin done. Surprisingly how much work you actually get done within the last few hours of your working week. And I say that because I'm now on holiday for 2 whole weeks. Fantastic. So from Monday, I can get my lie-ins. Not too much of a line because I do have jobs to do, and of course I don't have to worry about work for 2 weeks, which is absolutely fantastic. Sad thing of course is that a couple of people are going to be departing my team whilst I am off, so I've had to do my goodbyes with them today, but yeah, we will be keeping in touch and hope to do some goodbye drinks when we return back to the office in September. So yeah, my company are planning the return to office, so I should find out next week. Even though I'm off, I'm going to dial into an all-staff meeting, and we should find out next week what the arrangements will be for us returning back to the office. And that will probably include a new area of the office floor where my desk will be. Whether or not I get a desk is another story, if I've got to begin hot desking. But of course, given my role and the IT kit that I use, it's looking like I will still get my own desk and a dual screen setup. That's definitely been sorted. But obviously, from what I've heard from my manager, is that we won't be able to reach full capacity. So, of a team of 40, they've only got a certain number of desks available to us as a Monday to Friday. So as we're moving into a hybrid working way, it'll be 2 days in the office and 3 days at home. And it's just a case of making sure that there are specific days where we can all be in the office at the same time as a team, making sure that we've got enough desks, etc. And yeah, just make sure that we can get used to new ways of working. So we find out next week, and yeah, I go back officially to the office after the summer break bank holiday, which is at the end of August, of course. So welcome to the stream here. I've not done one of these for a while now. I've got showing on screen for you guys right now my installation of Elementary 6 Odin. This is the output coming from my laptop now, not my production machine as I was streaming with last night. So this is a clean install. So I thought I'd share with you tonight some experiences of me actually doing customization using Elementary OS 6. Before coming to air, I've obviously downloaded and installed OBS via the FlatHub, of course. I have downloaded Chrome, and I did that via the .deb file that Google offer you. And of course, I've downloaded via the terminal. I got GDebi to be able to obviously unpack my packages there and install, well, Chrome, as I have done here today. So I've got the App Center up right now, and you know, first installation, I'm not running NVIDIA. I am on a Lenovo ThinkPad It's my E480, which is running 16 gigs of RAM. Intel i3, I think it's an i3 8th gen, and running 16 gigs of RAM with a 240 SSD, and Windows is installed on the M.2 drive, which is on 128. So one thing I'm reluctant to do is put Elementary or any kind of other Linux onto my M.2 drive, but who's not to say that I'll have a bit of fun noticing some speed and stability if ever I did do that. So yeah, maybe at some point I might do a switch where I'll use the M.2 to be my Linux drive, and I use the SSD to be my Windows installation now. Who knows? But here we are, Elementary OS 6. I've loaded up the App Center. Main reason for this is because I wanted to show you guys what is on offer to me when I load up this App Center for the first time. And you can see here straight away, if I go to the installed tab, that I've got 2 updates available to me. So obviously the operating system has been live a few days now, and you know, it's obvious that they've been pushing out a few updates. Of course they're going to do that, and they probably will do for the next few weeks or so. Hi Steve, how are you? Good to see you. And yes, I got things working finally. That is why there has been literally a 5-hour delay for me coming back to you guys for what should have been a 5 o'clock stream for me here today. But yes, we are up and running and back to some form of normality now. Yeah, so if I click into the operating system, I can see that I've got 8 updates available to me. So this will update the icons. A few people will be mentioning about icons actually, so it'll be interesting to see how different they look once I do this update. If I have to restart, unfortunately I can't, because obviously I'm streaming from this laptop, so therefore I won't be able to do any updates for you here in terms of like those that require restarts. But these look like drivers and stuff that probably will download in the background. It's only a small update, this one, 3.3 megabytes. But under the multitasking and window management, they've made some improvements according to this. So if I just click this drop down, they've added some more multi-touch gestures. I'm not sure about the more part, but we'll give that a try. I mean, I've got my trackpad ready and willing to go. 11 o'clock our time. Yes, it is now, Steve. Yes, the time is now 4 minutes past 11 in the evening here. It's still quite muggy out. It's, I mean, there's quite a chilly breeze. I've been out in the garden, I will say, and there's a chilly breeze when you go outside, but it's still quite muggy when you get out of that breeze there. But yes, it's 5 past 11 nearly here. So in this update they have got some updates to clicks, etc. So yeah, take screenshot to window context menu. That might be because it's detected that I'm on my ThinkPad where I've got a dedicated screenshot button. So I wonder if that's the reason why I've got that one there. Who knows? But anyway, all the other apps that I've got installed are up to date because they are here. I did download Discord, but I did that via the FlatHub, so that's the official one that's come down the line for me here. So what I wanted to try out with you here today is to actually see, because when I was on stream yesterday, there was an awful lot of non-curated apps available in the App Center for me. So I wanted to just try this evening to see firsthand how it was that really it came about that the App Center got populated with all of those non-curated apps. So I'm guessing that I might have ticked a box. So I just need to see if I can find that box and show you where you can go to be able to obviously turn that setting on. So Discord I got through the official FlatHub website, and then I installed it via the App Center when the prompt came through. And if we go to home, and let me just expand the App Center just a little bit here because it is quite small on your screens. If I go to accessories, there's quite a list. Now this list was like really slim the other day. So apps are slowly starting to populate by the looks of things, which is what I expected. And as I said on my stream last night, give it a few days and it will populate. So everyone's saying like, you know, they're installing it and there's nothing to install, there's nothing there. There will be, just give it time. The developers are obviously still working to push it out to version 6. And yeah, even here it says now non-curated apps. So I wonder now, because I installed OBS through the FlatHub, that there's a possibility that it understood and reconfigured in some sort of way. I'm just keen to know if that was the case. So if I come back, and now this will be the test, because if I go into audio, I know that there is only one application available to me to download via the Elementary App Center. If I click this button and I see a long list of apps, I know that I've got my App Center set now for non-curated apps. So let me click into that. Ah, there we go. But of music, I now see Tuner. So, guys, apps are slowly starting to creep their way back into the App Center. So trust me, just bear with. Install your favorite applications via the FlatHub website or via the terminal if you prefer to do it that way. Or just be patient. Just stick with what you've got out of the box for now. Give it a few days. The applications will appear. Now, by non-curated, there probably is a bit of a security issue there, but I trust them. I really do trust them to be very, very careful with these apps. You are downloading and installing them at your own risk, but hey, it's open source. What do you expect? So I'm pleased to see that Tuner has appeared in my list. So if I click into Tuner, now Tuner, you can actually now download via this. Now, did you see this? There is a drop-down list that says, do you want to download it basically from App Center or FlatHub? So that's good to know. So if I leave it at App Center, I know for a fact that if I download this now, it contains explicit content. Now, what exactly is probably, I'm not entirely sure. I mean, it is a radio tuner. What is explicit about downloading a radio tuner? Who knows? Anyway, I won't install it for now because there is another radio application that I use. But just to show you that if you select FlatHub from this drop-down list, now it's going to download the FlatHub version. So if I do click into free here, I don't get the warning about obviously adult content, etc. But can you now see that you have got a box here now that says show non-curated warnings? So this is the note to you to say, do you want to install it or cancel it, basically. So if you leave that ticked, you will get the warnings every single time. But if you trust FlatHub and you trust what you're downloading, you can disable this and then just click install anyway. And then the warnings will disappear. Now we get a warning about the content. Now, I'm guessing it's because of the radio stations that you're going to be listening to in here. They cannot guarantee that there won't be some form of, I don't know, swearing and stuff like that. Because I think through this application you can also download and listen to podcasts as well. So, not entirely sure who has prompted and pushed this warning out, but, you know, you've got the option now to disable that warning if you like, or just leave it enabled. I'm going to disable. I know this application. I've used it hundreds of times. I am confident that there is no content in this application that's going to disturb or affect me in any way, shape or form. So I'm going to install that. And we can see how quickly now that is installing. incidentally, I spotted a bit earlier on that my laptop was running connected both wired and wirelessly, but the device couldn't detect which internet connection it was on, so I just disabled the Wi-Fi, and now I am on 100% wired. So these should download quite quickly and easily, but don't forget I'm now streaming via OBS, so I'll be using up quite a few resources. I can hear the fan on the laptop is on. Is it getting warm? Not really, it's just keeping it comfortably cool, so that's good. Now if I open up that application, you can see now that it has loaded up in my dock here. The app has loaded, but it's gone onto my other screen, so let me just drag this over here. And you can see now that we have got the application in shot. And yeah, this is my radio station's my favourite app to listen to internet radio through. I'm just trying to see. Yeah, there we go. I was looking for that there. So I've got the fader turned down, so you can't hear any of this. But yeah, I've just noticed there's no talk listed there. So let's just try and see if I can find talk radio. Yep, there we go. Okay, brilliant. So there's another radio station that is in my hot presets on my DAB radio. But if I click into that, it should start playing.
That they would, they completely lose their allegiance to the government in Kabul. Rather than fight and die, they would just melt away.
There we go. And you heard that through because I've got the audio enabled through OBS. But yeah, so it works fine. It's great. So I'm now going to leave that installed. I'll close that one down there, and I will personalize that a bit later on. So I'm glad to see that's popped up now in the audio category. But if I go to install Audacity, there's no prompts for where to get it from, App Center or FlatHub. So you will be getting this as a non-curated app direct from FlatHub. Remember that I disabled the warnings about non-curated apps, so that's why we didn't get that prompt come up there. So I'm happily now downloading and installing applications non-curated from the App Center, which is pretty good. So we'll let those download and install. So I know now that the App Center is slowly populating. So hopefully in a week or so, we'll actually see a lot of our favorite apps now appearing there. So this is a clean install of Elementary OS 6. And I know for a fact there is no Office. There's definitely no Office suite. But if we look at the list here, there's nothing available to us in terms of LibreOffice or WPS or FreeOffice. So if I scroll down this list here, this very long, lengthy list, I should be able to find WPS. Oh, Teams is in there now, so you can download Microsoft Teams, but this is the unofficial Teams client. So that's the Electron client, so that's not the actual Teams that I know and have been using in Linux for quite some time now. There's WPS Office. There we go. So I'm going to now install that. That I know is non-curated, so that will be something that is downloaded and installed at my own risk. But yeah, I've been using WPS for a few days now, and I like it. I like it very, very much indeed. It is an Office suite that I feel can be a good replacement for Microsoft Office. I'm so used to using LibreOffice because basically that's what LibreOffice is. Well, that's what's offered to you out of the box with nearly all of the distributions that I've downloaded and tried over the time. But WPS is something I have used in Windows and had no real big issues with. And once this downloads, I will just open up the application and show you what it looks like. Because I believe they've done some UI changes. So we'll see about that one now. Whilst that is doing that, I just want to point out about browsers. Now, the Epiphany web browser that you get installed as the default browser in Elementary. I probably will say there's been some improvements since 5.1, but it's not my favourite. It's not one that I recommend, and I just still don't get why Elementary can't offer you Firefox out of the box. I still probably think that might be a licensing issue, but you know, we'll see. But let's take a look at my good friend English Bob's YouTube page, and you can see from speed and stability how slow Epiphany is. Very slow. So, I mean, I should be seeing pages load an awful lot quicker than that. Awful lot quicker. But yeah, I mean, this has got, you can log into your Firefox account through Epiphany. But you still really haven't got any real way to manage your bookmarks. I mean, they appear by clicking the star, and then you access your bookmarks that way. But boy, this is really not a good browser. So you can guess that's the reason why I went to Google and downloaded Chrome and installed Chrome from there. Chrome is not my preferred browser. At the moment, my preferred browser in Linux is Edge, believe it or not. And their beta version is just out of this world. It really is. Edge on Windows 10 at the moment is not bad. But there's quite a bit of bloat now appearing, I've noticed. So I'm hopeful that when Windows 11 comes onto the scene that they will remove a lot of the bloat. They really need to. But who knows? And incidentally, I have been using Windows 11's beta through the Insider program on one of my other production machines. And yeah, I like it, but there's still a lot to get used to in terms of where things are moving to. So yeah, they're going to have to do a lot of educating again, I think, in terms of where things are going. Put it this way, if I put my dad in front of Windows 11, he'd be like, where do I go to access this? How do I do this? How do I do that? Because he would have been so used to Windows 7 and Windows 10 that probably wouldn't know where he's going to find the exact same feature that he can use in 10 in version 11. So I'm hopeful that his laptop is too old, that 11 won't be offered to him. But there we go. That's another story. Right, so WPS is now downloaded and installed, so let me just open that up. We should get a wizard where I need to accept the terms and conditions. So I will just say, yes, I have read that and confirm that. I have read it, by the way. Really, I have. And we get some errors about formulas and the system DPI. Yep, so we just say don't report again on that one. And click close. WPS has opened up on my secondary screen, so let me just pull this in. And it's a bit washed, I know. it's very grey. But it hasn't picked up any GTK theming from the dark mode, from the dark side. So let's see what happens when I go into create a new document. And yeah, it's not my default, I know. I mean, yeah, just look, looking at the toolbar, everything is there for me. And when I use Writer, Libre's Writer, I find myself hunting around for a lot of the buttons. I really do. Maybe I'm just not using it often enough. Who knows? But that's Writer, and there should be a way for us to also go and bring up another document. So do new from. Yeah, there we go. So this is their Docker, which you can then choose to do a document, a spreadsheet, or a presentation. Now notice how the colours are changing to pretty much the colours that you recognise if you regularly use Microsoft Office. So let me load up a blank spreadsheet. And again, that has loaded into my secondary screen, so let me just drag that across. Oh, I tried. Come on. Come on now. There we go. Yeah, so even though, again, it's not appearing as dark mode, it's still got the look and feel of Office. So, you know, I can get used to that. There's all my formula buttons, my formatting. I can do my sums, my filters, my sorts. It's all there. It's just great. So WPS is going to be my main Office driver for elementary, at least. So yeah, just give that a try. You've also got the option to download a PDF editor, I think. Yep, so you got PDF Slicer. So yeah, it's down to personal discretion. Oh, there's Only Office, so you can obviously download Only Office as well. So again, look at Only Office here. Look familiar? Yeah, so these non-curated apps are populating very, very well. So if you do spot yourself going into the App Center and you know the apps available to you look a bit thin, then you know go and check it out on flathub.org and see if the app is available. And if it is, then you know it's going to be one of the non-curated apps. And it appears that once you've downloaded and installed like one or two of them from that website, that it starts to populate the App Center with more. So again, under videos, there's Only Videos offered to me as an elementary app. The rest is non-curated, so I can go and download Handbrake. See how quick that was. There's a GNOME client for Twitch now. Oh, I didn't know that. Under System, what have we got under System? Wow. Now, we didn't have this last night. So, if my friend Kevin is watching, Eddie is now available in the App Center. So I'm just going to, I know I don't like doing this, but I'll say get the free version from the App Center, not FlatHub. So the developers have definitely been working to make that work in version 6. So all you guys that have been doing videos this week to show off elementary and you've been saying how you don't like this because this app's missing, etc. Was I or was I not right to just say to you guys, give it a few days. Give it a few days. We have 3 days into release and hey presto, look, Eddie is available. So now I can open up Eddie. There is my Eddie. I'm going to see if I've got any deb files in my downloads. Not yet, no. So let's give this a try then. So I know for a fact that I need to download Teams for Linux. Go to the official Microsoft website. And I know this is not the page, but there should be a download button here somewhere. Where are we? Oh, this is like a forum, isn't it? Okay, I'm just going to put in here download Teams for Linux. There we go. And if we go into downloads, we should get, yep, from the UK, download for desktop, and we've got a deb file available. So let's just give this a try. So earlier on I installed Google Chrome through the terminal. Now I'm going to see about Debbie here being opened up via Eddie. Debbie meet Eddie. Open in Eddie. There we go. Yep, install. Wait for authentication. So I enter in my password. That's installing lovely. So, good to see that apps are starting to appear. And I'm just going to give this a try to see if it actually... right, so that's now finished. And the UI looked absolutely gorgeous on the new dark theme there. So let me just now minimize Chrome. Eddie is there. So let's just see if Teams got installed. There it is. Add to dock. And it's loading. Because on my secondary screen now it's asking me to get logged in. So I know it works. So of course the normal way for me to be able to install a .deb file from terminal. In fact, did I have terminal open there? Was it Super T? There's a terminal. So my normal way to install via the terminal would have been for me to go to my downloads directory, do an ls on that. There is my teams.deb file, so I'll just highlight that, right click and copy, and under my downloads command line here I would go sudo dpkg, that's obviously a download package, -i means I'm going to install it, and then I would do a shift control V to paste that .deb file that I obviously highlighted and copied. Now it's asking me to enter in my password. Now I already do have it installed, so it will probably complain and just say Teams is already installed, but I just wanted to show you quickly how you would download and install your deb files from terminal. It's unpacking it. We should in a few moments get an error where it finds that it's already installed. But it's read the database, setting up Teams. Yeah, so it's done it. See, it's installed it. Even though I've already installed it. So it's installed over the top of the current install. Not bad at all. So yeah, the only other thing to point out that I did when I first installed was obviously install NeoFetch. So if I come back to my root directory, obviously I installed via the regular sudo apt install NeoFetch. Already installed, I know. And then I go NeoFetch. And you can see here, although I'm streaming and doing quite a bit with the laptop at the moment, that, you know, of my 16 gigs, I'm barely scraping 4 gigs out of it at the moment. So if I shut down OBS, shut down the browser, then I should see that drop down to just over a gig. But I do know for a fact that when it's idle on first boot, if you do a check, that everything loads up in NeoFetch just under a gig of memory use, which is fantastic. But you know, as soon as you start clicking around, that's when you start using up your RAM. So there we go, that's Elementary 6 for me so far on a clean install. I'm doing pretty well setting up this laptop here tonight, so I'm going to carry on doing this. That will see me through to the wee small hours. I see we've got a couple of people watching at the moment, and there's no questions coming through, but just to say, again, you know, in terms of Elementary 6, you know, download it, give it a try, leave it installed on one of your production machines, your daily drivers, for a few days, and just, you know, just see it come into fruition. Because even though it only got released the other day, the apps are now slowly starting to appear in the App Center. Give it a few days. You know, I'll challenge you. So I know for a fact that Steam works because I tried Steam on the production machine last night, and I can play my games perfectly fine with no issues there. Discord works fine. And obviously on my production machine I've had to download and install NVIDIA drivers. So just to point out there, probably it's better not to download the most recent driver. And the 470 driver was the one that was being offered to me. So I probably would say from that you need to download and install probably a later version, maybe the 460 driver or the 390 driver, and then install 470 on top of that. But 470 for me is a little unstable, so I'm hopeful that I can get a 471 coming through pretty soon. But we'll wait for NVIDIA to sort that little issue out there. What else can I probably advise you on here? So, yeah, I mean, you know, mail clients, you've got, is it Geary as your default mail client? You can download and install Thunderbird. Evolution, there's plenty of other mail clients out there. GIMP, you can get that as well. Now GIMP has appeared in my App Center, I saw that a while ago, so I'm going to download and install that one also. Yeah, so I'm just going to probably use the next week or so to use it as my daily driver and see how well we get on. I've got Chrome on there, so I'm going to use Chrome and see how well it performs against the resources, and well, see how often my fan boots up as I'm hearing right now. But the fan's up because I'm obviously streaming via OBS, so I will see how that performs in terms of memory usage with the number of tabs that I use on a daily basis. Watch videos, watch Netflix. Yeah, it's basically what I'll try and see what I can do to, in theory, break it, and I can't at the moment. But yeah, let us know your thoughts on your use of Elementary 6 if you download and install that. Leave a comment in the comments section below. You can also get hold of us on Twitter. I'm at RobinJust there. And I have a Discord server as well. So you're invited to come and join us there. You can find a link to that server in the description below. And as well as that, in the YouTube channel, you can go there and you'll find one of the links to the social channels in the main banner there. And there, one of you will find a link through to Discord. If you're having trouble finding it, then just drop us a note on Twitter, and I will invite you along. And in my Discord channel, to me it looks busy, but it's not so busy. But it's kind of personal at the moment, but you know, it is open to you guys if you want to come in and have a chat. And you know, there's a voice channel there, you can come and have a voice chat. I share news and information with you regards to future releases and desktop environment updates as well for Linux. Windows, there's a Windows 11 channel in there, so you can go and have a chat amongst yourselves there about Windows 11 forthcoming release. And yeah, just leave us a message there as well. So yeah, to Discord, there's a link you can find in the banner on our YouTube page there. Besides that, there's the website as well at digitalrobin.net. I don't blog there often, but when I do, it's normally me posting up useful hints and tips, which I like to share with you out there. And my most recent one, of course, is how to install beta version of the Edge browser. So go take a look if you haven't downloaded and installed that already and want to find out how you can basically install that via the terminal. Give it a try, it'll work fine. So I'm off of work for the next couple of weeks or so. Got a few jobs to do around the house, and apart from that, I've bought myself a starter kit from Airfix, so I plan to have a bit of quiet time and take my mind off a few things and just de-stress, clear my mind, and yeah, try and see if I can build an aeroplane. Yes. Because what I want to be able to do is, if I can get confident and back into that sort of thing again, I've seen a beautiful kit on the Airfix website for the Eagle space rocket. So I would like to be able to obviously get that at some point, but you know, I need to basically get my mind focused again. How to build these models? What's the process you need to follow? So I'm going to be watching a few of my friends do their Twitch streams over the week, and they build models all the time. Not Airfix, but obviously different kind of models. But the process is still the same, basically. You know, you've got the glue, you've got the acrylic paints, etc. So I'm going to watch and see what they do, basically, and get some helpful hints and tips. And I might do a Twitch stream. Who knows? As I do this build, I might share with you on camera and chat along with you as I do that. So look out for me there. Twitch.tv/Robin Just is the URL there if you want to come and follow us over there on Twitch. In the meantime, I think I'll draw this evening's live to a close now. Thanks very much for joining us here. As always, if you've got questions, feel free to drop them in the comments field there, of course. If not, I will catch you again in another video and another live stream, and no doubt see you at some point in one of our Linux podcasts this week. So until next time we meet, take care now everybody, and have yourselves a brilliant weekend. Thanks all.